I unlocked double jump! Look! How's it going, guys? It's your boy Tresh from TreshToons, and today I bring you another review, an indie review. SCOURGEBRINGER is the new title developed by Flying Oak Games, a roguelike adventure described as the love child between Dead Cells and Celeste. Before anything else, I would like to take a moment and thank for the supporter of this video, so to say, today, Raid Shadow! I would like to thank the devs that sent me the key, which they didn't have to, but they did, and that helps me create content, which is a huge help for someone who's a freelance artist and streamer. Now, for those who know me as the prodigy and the platformer, Cuphead first run 100% in under 4 hours. Celeste and Ori, the Blind Forest, in under 4 hours. 0 deaths in Undertale on the first playthrough. You would know, and you would figure out that this baby is right up my alley. If you missed it, I absolutely love Dead Cells and Celeste, so I was really hopeful for this game. And indeed, it delivered. From the beautiful pixel art visuals, through a sick-ass soundtrack, all the way to a silky smooth Portuguese cobra skin movement, this game had it all. Also, there's not much of a story to follow here, and there's not much to read, which makes this game a 10 out of 10 for me already. Jokes aside, you play as Kira, Carla, the deadliest warrior of her clan, to fight off robots and beasts alike, set in a post-apocalyptic world where a mysterious entity poofed all humanity. And as you go through an ever-changing maps or dungeons, whatever you want to call it, you wield a katana and a gun or a bot. Then I don't really. You can slash or shoot, alright? And the shots can change depending on the upgrades you pick up. You build up with the sword, and then you get to shoot. The combat is pretty sick. You get your normal slash, a heavy hit, a dash, and a gunshot. And later on, depending on the upgrades you pick on the talent tree, you also get a focus move, which pretty much freezes your enemy in place and you just spam attacks. It's good. It's really good. Go for that. If you see that in the talent tree, go for it. Tell them I sent you, alright? Tell them Tresh sent you. Spamming all this shit won't get you far, but knowing when to stun your enemies with a heavy hit or even to sit from afar and shoot them, it can really make the experience easier. You also get a free double jump, which, you know, thank Lord Umbasa, it's not locked behind anything. I really appreciate that. In every new dungeon, there's always some specific things, like a room with 3 upgrades, which you get to pick one, like a weapon damage increase, or more HP, or even regen options for you to heal. All of these are only applicable on the run until you die. You'll also find a merchant, which will trade you his items, like a new gun or a cucumba. Yeah, cucumba. All of these can be bought with your enemy's blood. That's the currency for this game. You kill your enemies, you pick up their blood, and then you trade your blood. You know, just spend your blood when you can. You will not carry on to your next run unless I think there's a talent that saves some of it. It doesn't matter. Just, you know, don't think too much about it. Just do it. It's blood. You buy things with blood, and that's it. There's also always a mini boss in every dungeon, which tends to be kind of easy. I understand the first time you might fight it, it might be a bit complicated, but once you learn how that boss works, it's super easy and you shouldn't even get hit. After beating them, you get to unlock a harder boss, which allows you to proceed to the next dungeon with new enemies, new mini boss, new bosses, new merchant, new upgrades. Besides that, at any time, items have a chance to be dropped as you clear the rooms that can either heal you or boost your attacks temporarily for that run. Nothing of this is absolutely super overpowered. There's no item that will make you slash enemies and kill them in one shot. That's just not a thing. It's pretty balanced. Now, every time you die, you get back to this hub with a skill tree, which you get to upgrade with, I believe, are eyes? But anyway, currencies that you get by defeating bosses and mini bosses in dungeons. These upgrades are permanent, unlike the ones you bought inside the dungeon. Nothing too overpowered as well. Most of them are combo increases, a teleport that allows you to go to rooms that you were already in, or even permanent increases in health. But then again, it's just something that makes the game a little bit easier. Dying isn't really a bad thing in this game, because if you think about it, with the upgrades, you always come back stronger, which just makes the start of your next runs easier. You know what they say. Get good! The soundtrack, like I mentioned before, is fucking sick. It's metal as fucking fuck as metal. I love it. The only bad thing that I gotta point out about the game, and please keep in mind that I'm playing an early access version, so this might change, is the fact that there's a set path. What I mean with this is that you always start in this world of ruins, and then you move into an ice world, and then you move into a toxic world, and you know, so on and so on. And this pattern was always the same. Every time you die, you won't start from the ice world. You always start from the same ruins world, go on to the ice world, go on to the toxic world, so on, so on. It's not, there's not much scrambling here, which up to a point I understand, but it would give a bit more flavor to the game if there was at least 2 maps to start from, or then a pool of 3 maps to go on to. Maybe this is what they have in their plans, but so far it is the way it is. But once again, I did play the early version access. Things are things might change, and the devs seem to be pretty on top of it. They seem to really be listening to the community in order to change the game to most people's taste. So if you get the game, or you just want to check it out, or you want to talk with them, you have some questions, I guess, you can join their Discord, which I'll leave in the description, and just, you know, give your feedback. If you think your opinion is worth, just go for it. Help the game be better. Should you get this game? If you're asking me honestly, I think the price is pretty decent. Normal price on Steam at the moment is 15 euros. With the release, it did get a discount, which put it at 13.49, something like that. And later on, it will be on the Switch, I believe. So far, I think it's confirmed that it's going to be PC and Xbox. I played it on PC, but it also might be on the Switch eventually. And for a price like this, the type of game that it is, with the quality and everything else, I think it's a pretty good game to, at the end of a shitty day, sit back, unwind, and just, you know, slash some enemies away. I think it's pretty fun for what it is. And you know me, if a game ain't fun, fuck it. Besides, like I mentioned, the devs seem to be pretty out there listening to the community. I can see some updates coming up in the near future. And I can really give this game a score, right? I think it would be a bit unfair to give a score to a game that's in early access and it might change at any time. However, as the game is right now, if I had to give it a score, I would give it a 7 out of 10. But I do feel like this game can easily be an 8 or a 9. In any case, it's better than Death Stranding and Kakarot. This video was a little shorter than the rest, but I really liked the game and I really wanted to share with you guys. So I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a fucking comment. It's not that hard. If you know someone that's interested in this kind of games, just shoot the video their way. And if you want to join my community over on Discord, you're more than welcome. Links on my... You can also find merch and all my other social media with my art, and where I also do my playthroughs on Twitch. And that's all. Stay tuned.